hello. Welcome back. Hello if you're new. I hope you've had a good week. It's Friday again. It just literally sort of feels like it was just Friday 5 minutes ago and I was telling you to have a nice Easter. And now we're back again, so I'm surprised you're not sick of me by now. I'm glad you're not really, so thank you for sticking with me here. Yeah. So, what's been your week? What's been, happening and stuff? I always ask this and I never get any replies, so I don't know why I ask. I ask as if you're going to answer me like now, and obviously it's not going to happen, is it? But I still ask as if you're going to sort of reply, and yeah, you get the gist. Anyway, I'll stop waffling on about that. My week's been good. I had a couple of washed out horrible days weather-wise, drenched walking the dogs and stuff, but other than that, yeah, it's been good. Been nice. Today the sun's been out, it's been nice, so it's all good. It's supposed to be officially British summertime. It's not really. Mind you, they do say that there's April showers, so we are in April now, so perhaps that's to be expected. Although I don't like the April showers, I don't like showers as much. I don't mind the rain if I've not got to go out in it. When you've got to go out in it, it's just not that pleasant, is it? So yeah. Anyway, this video today is one I've known about for a while and one I've sort of wanted to do for a little while, because the main story of the place is a little bit puzzling, yeah, to say the least. So I'm going to stop talking about it. I'm just going to get on with the video. You can go and watch it and I'll see you on the other side. Enjoy. Sometimes modern ghost stories pop up and you find yourself thinking about how they're not all back in the old days, and strange things can happen at any time in any place. One very true and strange story is of Eliza Lamb. She was a 21-year-old student from Canada. She set off on her own adventures to go and do a tour of the west coast of the United States in 2013. On January 26th, she arrived in Los Angeles and checked into the Cecil Hotel. Now, every day she would call her parents and tell them about her tour and like what she'd been up to and so. So when she didn't call, they were worried and they called the LA police and reported her missing. Police searches found nothing, but after 3 weeks, some guests at the Cecil Hotel started to complain about the quality of their water. Finally, after police looked into it, Eliza was found. Her naked body was floating in the water tank on the roof of the building. Now, the door to the roof is locked and it has an alarm. The tank itself has a very heavy lid and it was securely fastened. So how was it possible for Eliza to get up there, and why would she anyway? The hotel is apparently known for paranormal activity, and on the day of her disappearance, Eliza was seen on CCTV getting into one of the lifts. The camera inside the lift shows her getting in, pressing all of the buttons and getting out again, but she was waving her arms around like as if she was fighting off an attacker, although the corridor was empty apart from Eliza. Then she gets in the lift again, looking as though she is trying to hide, and then she exits once more. What is she afraid of? Her strange behaviour carries on for a few minutes before she finally just leaves the lift. Her death was never resolved, but her weird behaviour in the CCTV in the lift has prompted many to think that the poor girl may have been guided by an unseen force that led to her tragic end. But what really happened? Nobody knows. Although, among her possessions left at the hotel were several prescription medications. They were seemingly untouched. She'd been previously diagnosed with an extreme form of bipolar disorder, and she was known for displaying similar psychotic behaviour in the past, although claimed by her friends to act strange at times when her medications were not taken. So the police then ruled that her erratic behaviour in the elevator was caused by a paranoid hallucination, as she climbed into the tank herself, believing that she was in danger. Police then speculate that perhaps she entered the tank. The water level was high enough that she could have gotten herself out, but as guests and residents used the tap water, the level could have decreased, leaving her trapped in the tank with no way to get herself out. They also speculate that she undressed herself while in the tank, trying to remove clothing that's weighing her down. The Los Angeles County coroner ruled her death accidental due to drowning, with bipolar disorder being a significant factor. Now, I don't know about you, but it don't all ring true to me. I don't know, there's just, Anyway, way back in 1931, a guest, W.K. Norton, he died in his room after taking poison capsules. Throughout the 1940s and 50s, more suicides at the Cecil occurred. And in 2008, 2 long-time residents referred to the Cecil as the Suicide, and it became a popular nickname in social media years and years later. Cecil became a notorious rendezvous spot for adulterous couples, drug activity, and a common ground for prostitutes. In 1964, a retired telephone operator named Pigeon Goldie Osgood, who had been a well-known and well-liked long-term resident of the hotel, was found dead in her room. She'd been raped, stabbed, beaten, and her room was ransacked. Jacques B. Ellinger was charged with the murder because he was seen covered in blood roaming the streets close to the hotel, but it was later he was cleared as a suspect. Her murder still remains unsolved. In the 1980s, the hotel was a temporary residence of serial killer Richard Ramirez. He's nicknamed the Night Stalker. Ramirez was a regular presence on the Skid Row area of Los Angeles. Now, I think from what I can make out, the Skid Row area is quite run down. It's quite a run-down part of LA. Anyway, according to a hotel clerk who claims to have spoken to him, Ramirez is rumoured to have stayed in the Cecil for a few weeks. He engaged in most of, not all of, his killing spree while staying there. He reportedly stripped off his bloody clothes in the alley outside the building before climbing the interior stairs to the residence in his blood-stained underwear. On August 30th, 1985, a group of LA residents spotted him in the street and prevented him from escaping until the police arrived to arrest him. In 1989, he was convicted of 13 murders and sentenced to death, although he would ultimately die of cancer in 2013. Another serial killer, an Austrian named Jack Unterweger, stayed at the Cecil in 1991, possibly because he sought to copy Ramirez's crimes. While he was there, he strangled and killed at least 3 prostitutes with their own bras. Crimes he was convicted of in Austria. Now, in 2011, the Cecil attempted to shake off its horrific story by rebranding itself as the Stay on Main Hotel and Hostel at $75 per night for a budget hotel for tourists. Now, the last body was found in the Cecil Hotel in 2015. A man who reportedly committed suicide, and ghost stories and rumours of the hotel's haunting swirled once more. The hotel even served as a chilling inspiration for the season of American Horror Story. It was about a hotel that's home to an unimaginable murder and mayhem. Now, Netflix has got a documentary called Crime Scene: The Vanishing at Cecil Hotel. It was released in 2021 and it focuses on the Eliza Lamb case. So, if you dare, go and check it out. You can also Google the CCTV footage of Eliza and see for yourself. Tell me what you think. I mean, I can't get my head around the whole thing. It's all a bit out there. I don't know how to describe it. But with all the murders and everything that's gone on, and there was plenty more, I just haven't named them all. Would you go and stay there? Not sure I would. So, there you go. What did you think? Now, what do you think? I really, really would like to hear your comments on what you thought about the whole thing. Eliza Lamb, she had mental health issues, but I don't know how she would have got out of that hotel through a locked door that was alarmed into a big water tank that had a lid on and that was locked. How would that happen? How would she do that on her own? So we don't know, do we? Nobody knows. I mean, the police ruled it off as, you know, her mental health because she hadn't taken her tablets and stuff like that, so she'd done it herself. I don't know though. I don't know, because you can't surely just rule it off like that. Surely, can you? They did, but I don't know. For me, it doesn't quite sit right. So, yeah, I'm on the fence on that one. And also, the place has to be haunted, doesn't it? Because how many murders? I mean, the summer I mentioned was just a few. There's so many more that went on, including a woman had a row with her husband, apparently, which is, you know, whatever. And she threw herself out the window of the hotel. Which is a little bit excessive, isn't it, if you've had a row? But, you know. Nobody knows why. Because at the end of the day, isn't that going a bit too far if you've had a row with your husband or whoever to actually throw yourself out of the building, out the window? I don't know what floor she was on, but there was 700 rooms in that place. So she could have been way up high, and who knows? I mean, but she would have come down with some speed, wouldn't she? And the awful bit about it was awful that she did that in the first place, but the worst thing about it as well, I think, for me, is there was a poor man walking along the street at that time, and she landed on him and killed him instantly. So he was minding his own business, trotting along, walking by, you know, living his life. All of a sudden, he's not living his life anymore. He's a goner. So yeah, they do say that, you know, when it's your time, it's your time. So it probably was his time, but, you know, it just don't seem fair, does it? That one person kills themselves and they go on then to kill somebody else that wasn't ready to go yet or whatever. So yeah, there's that. I don't know. So yeah, there was hundreds and hundreds of different, not hundreds, but there was lots and lots of different people that died in that hotel. It was called the suicide by local residents for a while. So what does that tell you? It tells you everything, doesn't it? Everything you need to know. So yeah, I don't know. Something don't ring true to me with it all. You know, I don't think she. I don't know. I don't see it. It just don't sit right with me. So yeah, we don't know. Some unseen force may have made her do it, or, you know, we don't know. We can speculate, but we don't know. Simple as that, isn't it, really? We don't know the truth. We'll never know the truth because the poor girl is not with us anymore. So, one thing I didn't know was about the serial killer that was a resident there for a while. I wasn't aware of that. So that was something. You learn something new every day. And I did. I learned something new. So yeah, that was interesting. But I think now, I'm not sure, but I think now their hotel, because they did, I think they did get taken over, and I'm not sure whether this is now, whether they took the people that took the developers who took it over. I don't know whether they were doing up to make it into flats or something like that. Or I also read that they let it out to sort of like homeless people and stuff, which is quite nice. So yeah, I'm not sure if that's now or whether that was that then, if you know what I mean, back whenever. But yeah, so yeah, I don't know. Yes, they tried to turn it around, didn't they? And it didn't quite work. Once it's got a reputation though of being haunted, I don't think you're going to turn that around very quickly. So yeah. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Something a little bit different, and I hope you have a nice weekend, because I'm going to bugger off right now and I'm going to go enjoy my weekend. So enjoy your weekend. Have a nice weekend. Have a nice Friday, and keep smiling. I will see you again, or you will see me again next week. In the meantime, keep smiling, be kind, and yeah, love everyone. Take care.